These animals have been around for nearly 450 million years.
Deep in the ocean, a creature slinks and skulks, a survivor of 450 million years. Oh, what luck! It's a living fossil, a true survivor in the face of time, much like the dinosaurs that roamed the Earth eons ago. But its future is uncertain. The horseshoe crab, with its hard exoskeleton and long-tail spine, has managed to evade extinction for eons, much like the dinosaurs who once dominated the Earth. But now it finds itself on the brink of disaster, much like the dinosaurs who met their demise. As it emerges from the depths, it crawls along the sandy beaches, searching for food. The pincers on its front legs grasp at mollusks, worms, and other small invertebrates. But with each passing day, its food sources dwindle. Habitat destruction, overharvesting, and coastal development threaten its very existence, much like the changing climate and natural disasters that led to the downfall of the dinosaurs. Horseshoe crabs aren't really crabs, are they? They're more like cousins to scorpions and spiders. Can you believe it? Despite their looks, they're not dangerous creatures at all. They've got a tail that's spiky, called a telson. It's got a menacing look, but it's only used to flip them back over if a wave knocks them down. But don't be scared. These critters don't bite or sting, and their tail is completely safe to touch. But if you ever find one on the beach, don't pick it up by its tail. It could harm the little guy. Instead, use both hands to pick it up by both sides of its shell. That's the way to do it right. Horseshoe crabs have 10 eyes, which makes them quite the light-sensitive fellows. If you want to take a picture with one, make sure to turn off that flash, or they'll be seeing stars. Not only are they an evolutionary masterpiece, but they've got blood that's as blue as the ocean, and it's worth a pretty penny too. It's worth around $15,000 a quart, that's right. But it's not just for show. It's also used to make the most sensitive indicator of bacteria that scientists have ever discovered. And that's not all. They've found substances in these crabs that might have antibiotic, antiviral, and anti-cancer properties. Horseshoe crabs are fascinating and unique creatures that are worth learning more about. Will we act in time to save the horseshoe crab? Or will this ancient creature be lost to the annals of history, much like the dinosaurs? The fate of the horseshoe crab hangs in the balance, and time is running out. Will we rise to the challenge and protect this ancient survivor, or will it be doomed to extinction, much like the dinosaurs before it? Only time will tell. You know what they say, don't mess with the horseshoe crabs. They're not easy pickings. Just ask the crocodile who tried to make a meal out of one. It ended up with a mouthful of trouble. The tail of the horseshoe crab got stuck in its jaw, and despite its powerful bite, it found it hard to swallow. It eventually succeeded, but it must have hurt like crazy. This just goes to show how horseshoe crabs have some serious defensive skills. They're not just a walk in the park for predators. Another interesting sea creature is the nautilus, the spiral-shelled sea creature that's been around for millions of years and is basically a living, breathing time capsule. These deep-sea dwellers are part of the cephalopod family, which includes squids, cuttlefish, and octopuses, and they're the last of their kind, the only ones left in the whole wide world. You can find them in the Pacific and Indian Oceans, but you'll have to dive deep, like real deep, up to 600 meters to spot one. But don't underestimate them. Just because they look old, these nautiluses are smart cookies. They have been observed to have problem-solving and learning abilities. Pretty impressive for a creature that's been around for millions of years. Unfortunately, due to overfishing and the destruction of their habitat, these unique creatures are now considered endangered. So, the next time you spot one, make sure to give them a round of applause for surviving this long and be sure to protect them, because we don't want to be the generation that let the nautiluses go extinct. Sharks are like the ultimate throwback. They've been cruising the oceans for over 400 million years, way before dinosaurs even existed. Think about it. While other creatures were evolving and changing, sharks were like, nah, we're good. We'll just keep being awesome the way we are. They're like the old school cool kids of the sea who never went out of style. They're the leather jacket-wearing, rock and roll listening rebels of the ocean. They're the living fossils that never went extinct and continue to dominate the seas to this day. They come in all shapes and sizes, from the massive great white to the elusive goblin shark, each one unique and awe-inspiring. Sharks have an incredible superpower that allows them to sense electricity. Can you imagine being able to locate your food just by sensing its electrical field? That's what sharks can do. They use their superpowers to find their prey even in the darkest and murkiest waters. They're like the ultimate bloodhounds of the sea. They have special cells called ampullae of Lorenzini in their snout that help them locate their prey. It's like having a built-in GPS system that helps them navigate the ocean and catch their dinner. How cool is that? Here we have another blast from the prehistoric past. Meet the Tuatara, a tiny dragon-like creature straight out of your wildest fantasy movie. These little cuties may not be as big as Godzilla, but they're just as cool. Imagine a creature with a spiky crest and a long tail, living on a remote island, munching on bugs all day. And the best part, they have a third eye, which is like having built-in night vision goggles. So, if you're ever in New Zealand, keep your eyes peeled for these mini Godzillas. They're rare, ancient, and super cool. But wait, there's more. Not only do tuataras have a third eye, they also have a unique reproductive system. They can store sperm for up to 4 years before using it to fertilize their eggs. Talk about being prepared. And they're also incredibly long-lived, with some individuals surviving over 100 years. They're truly living fossils, with a lineage dating back over 200 million years. Meet the ginkgo tree, the ancient party animal of the plant world. This deciduous darling hails from China and is a living fossil, having rocked the same look for over 270 million years. Japan and Korea also lay claim to this wild child. With its unique fan-shaped leaves, it turns heads in the fall with its brilliant yellow leaves. It may have a bit of a stinky reputation thanks to its smelly fruit, but trust us, it's an acquired taste. This tree can grow up to 100 feet tall and is known for its long lifespan. Some trees have even been around for over 1,000 years. It's also a survivor, able to thrive in harsh conditions and even grow back from the roots if it gets cut down. Scientists have been studying this tree for centuries due to its unique characteristics and have found it to have medicinal properties. It's used in traditional Chinese medicine to improve blood circulation and treat respiratory issues. But despite its hardiness, it's considered an endangered species due to habitat loss and over-harvesting. So, let's all do our part to protect and preserve these ancient trees for future generations to enjoy and study. The platypus, also known as the duck-billed platypus, is a creature so unique it's like a real-life Pokémon. Imagine a fluffy, furry mammal with a beaver-like tail and webbed feet like a duck. But wait, there's more. It has a bill like a duck, but instead of quacking, it uses it to catch its prey in the water. And the cherry on top? A venomous spur on its hind legs. But don't worry, it's not dangerous to humans. But the most interesting thing about the platypus is that it's a living fossil. It's been around for over 150 million years. That's older than the dinosaurs. It's an evolutionary link between reptiles and mammals. It's like a missing link. It's like a time machine that takes us back to the prehistoric era, but it's still around today, living and breathing in the rivers and streams of Australia. So, if you ever find yourself in Australia, be sure to go on a platypus hunt. You might just spot one of these ancient creatures, and it will be a sight to behold. Just remember to bring your camera, because this is one creature that you'll want to show off to all your friends and family. Trust me, they won't believe it until they see it with their own eyes. Lampreys are one of the oldest living lineages of vertebrates, dating back to the Paleozoic era. Fossil records indicate that the ancestors of modern lampreys may have existed up to 450 million years ago during the late Ordovician period. This makes them ancient creatures that have survived multiple mass extinction events and have remained relatively unchanged in their basic form for hundreds of millions of years. They predate many other fish species and even dinosaurs, offering a unique glimpse into the early evolution of vertebrate animals. Lampreys are like the vampires of the ocean. These ancient fish have been around for hundreds of millions of years and have a unique, elongated eel-like body that can grow up to 3 feet long. They are known for their sharp teeth and their habit of attaching themselves to other fish to suck their blood. But don't be too scared. They're actually an important part of the ecosystem and help control the population of other fish species. That concludes our video for today. What do you think of these living fossils? Which one did you find the most fascinating? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below and make sure to subscribe to your top 10s for more videos. Thank you for watching.